Welcome YouTubers and fellow Star Citizens to the Verse. This is my general joystick gameplay overview video. For it I will be using the T16000M. Now I will go through and do a more specifically tailored review of the T16000M, as well as the X52, as well as the CH setup I have, as well as the Extreme 3D Pro. Right now I'm going to probably hold off on doing some of the more advanced videos where left-handed flight stick, right-handed mouse, dual stick setups, things like that, simply because since we lack the ability to bind keyboards and joysticks and stuff without hacking an XML file to do it, it's not very convenient, and I don't have all day every day to spend around hacking this stuff right now. I've still got to work most of the days. And I get a few hours in the evening, usually I can deal with this. My wife is pretty cool. It's, hey, I'm going to go down and play Internet Spaceships. Okay, honey, I'm going to go watch The Americans. Or Craig Ferguson. Although once Craig Ferguson goes off the air, I'm not sure what... Oh, and then there's Downton Abbey. Those are like 3 shows that... Those are her shows. So she gets to get caught up on her television and stuff, and I get to play Internet Spaceships. It's all cool. I will touch on the mouse versus keyboard thing very briefly and say this. As it stands right now, I think a lot of the problems that Star Citizen has is that a large part of the backers are really people who are into one of 2 camps. They either come from the Wing Commander and Privateer tradition, who are wanting the spiritual successor to Wing Commander Privateer, myself included in that bunch. And then you have those who came from the Starlancer Freelancer worlds, where they're wanting a spiritual successor to Freelancer or Freelancer 2. And the problem is the style of control in those 2 games are very, very, very different. And you're never going to be able to reconcile it. If we get, and what we've gotten so far is closer for mouse and keyboard users, that Freelancer-like experience, we're going to end up with Space Thunder. And if we end up with Space Thunder, a lot of the early backers and pledgers, like myself, are going to be extremely disappointed with the game. And I will tell you right now, they will leave in droves as soon as they're able to really afford to enter Elite Dangerous and go play Elite Dangerous. And I do have the premium beta for Elite Dangerous, and I was playing that over the weekend while we waited for the release of Arena Commander. And Elite does some things very, very well. They have very solid general gameplay mechanics down pat. Well, I won't say necessarily down pat, but they're light years ahead of where CIG is right now. Their basic gameplay mechanics right now are a hell of a lot of fun. And I'm just going to come out right now and say that. Not only that, but they have true agnostic input support. Because it doesn't matter whether you're using a mouse and keyboard, a joystick, a HOTAS, or a game controller. All of the input methods function identically, as in in order to use gimbaled weapons, you have to line your nose up with the target, aka actually fly your ship, get it within the aiming reticle, and then the gimbaled weapons take over. I mean, there's some degree of cone there where the gimbaled weapons will work. How you maneuver to line up that shot is immaterial, whether you're using a mouse or keyboard or a joystick or whatever. It's all identical. Therefore, everybody is on a level playing field. That is not the case here with Arena Commander right now, and it is something that CIG has already kind of said, we're aware of it, we're looking into it, but if they don't seriously address it, I can guarantee you that a number of my pledge packages will be going to the gray market, and I will go play Elite. It's quite as simple as that, and I will probably catch flack on RSI forums and in comments for saying that, but I'm sorry. As one of our org mates in organization I'm primarily a part of said, right now the general gameplay mechanics of Star Citizen is kind of a polished turd. It looks really good. The game looks better from a visual perspective than Elite Dangerous. I will give it that. We'll go ahead and launch here, and I will finish up kind of my rant on this here as it's loading. Unfortunately, this is on my hard drive and not my SSD, so load times takes a couple minutes. But CIG needs to really seriously consider this, or reconsider their control scheme, if they're ever going to have any hope in hell of balancing it. As it stands right now, keyboard and mouse control, where you can shoot where you look, is even worse than War Thunder. I mean, frankly, my opinion of the game right now, we'll have to wait for the multiplayer to test this out exclusively, but just from the reports of other pilots, other competent pilots, and myself, we can easily get to wave 13 with a mouse and keyboard. I can get to wave 13 with a T16000M too, so it's not like it's impossible. But I have been feeling it in multiplayer mode. This is quickly going to devolve into Space Thunder if they don't address how mouse and keyboard work. Mouse and keyboard users cannot be allowed to both aim and fire the ship at the same time. If they want to balance it out and make it completely arbitrary and neutral, what they need to do is copy Elite.
Jump works at your service. Core system
we'll see here very shortly. But no matter what flight method
alert.
what the hell? Initiated. Damn it, Warlord. Just fucking ran me. Anyway,
contact.
We'll see here very shortly.
Initiated.
Okay, I've centered him on target. I get that green.
Proximity alert. Stern shielding at half strength. Has received catastrophic damage. Scan initiated.
I guess I should try to fly and shoot. But at any rate, if you notice, I have to center my nose basically close on target in order for my gimmick weapons to take over and auto-aim. If this was the same way it operated for mouse and keyboard users as it does joystick users, I'd not have a problem. Everybody would be on the same level playing field. But as it stands right now, I'll go to mouse and keyboard here. I just put my cursor over it and I can basically shoot at him. Now, I'm not very good with mouse and keyboard.
Refreshing shields. Proximity alert.
Whoa. Space break. Space break has saved my ass a couple times. Still getting used to flight controls, and I will be better with a HOTAS. There's no doubt about that.
Eliminated.
Boom. Now you'll notice I don't have the stock 300i weaponry. I've actually taken the Mass Driver off of my 325A. And put it on to try it out. It kills things really nicely. If you also want another lull ship, put 6 Omensky 6 lasers onto a Hornet. That's a lot of fun. I wasn't too impressed the first time I flew the Hornet, then I put the Omensky lasers on it. I'm like, ooh, great. One shot kill anything, so long as they hit.
Proximity alert.
And then that happens. I didn't have my hand on the keyboard at that moment, so that's what happens when you don't.
Origin jump
the other thing to keep in,
core system operational.
Keep in mind here, I'm not playing seriously. If I'm talking and trying to play at the same time, it ain't gonna work. Let's see how long it's.
Proximity alert.
Son of a bitch. Whose side is my AI on?
Nice shooting. Eliminated. Scan initiated.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up and fly for the next minute or two.
Proximity alert. Hostile eliminated. Proximity alert.
Thanks, Jarvis. I mean...
Contact. Elite units en route.
Contact. Scan initiated. Achieved missile lock.
Some fish fired flares. Hang on, my friend. Hold on.
Proximity alert. Scan initiated.
Ego boom real good.
Stern shielding at half strength. Stern shielding at quarter strength. Proximity alert. Refreshing shields.
Yay. So I kind of went into some evasive maneuvers there.
Nice shooting.
Eliminated. Scan initiated.
But I will say this much, I don't really have any problems. To be honest with you, gameplay mechanic-wise, this is on par with what I was expecting to play how I thought it would.
Nice kill.
Eliminated. Scan initiated. Proximity alert.
Now, I'm not flying into double mode or anything like that yet.
Hostile eliminated.
Elite units eliminated. Hold for automated repairs. Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound.
Contact. Scan initiated.
Got trailer.
Achieved missile lock.
Box 2.
Nice shooting.
Last one.
Eliminated. Scan initiated.
Check 6, Warlord.
Nice shooting.
Eliminated. Scan
6 clear.
initiated.
Dixon engaged defensive. I guess 1 engaged offensive.
Stern
Nice
shielding
shooting.
at half strength. Stern shielding depleted. Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Proximity alert. Stern shielding depleted. Refreshing shields.
Nice kill.
Hostile eliminated.
Zero
Proximity
hostile contacts
alert.
remaining. Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound.
Contact. Scan initiated. Scan initiated.
Dixon engaged defensive.
Nice kill.
Eliminated. Force shield at 75% strength.
Yeah, it's possible.
Scan initiated.
Apparently you're supposed to automate repairs after so many minutes.
Stern
Or
shielding
so many
at
minutes.
quarter strength. Stern shielding depleted. Weapons system has has received catastrophic damage. Proximity alert. Refreshing shields. Proximity alert. Hostile eliminated. Scan initiated. Proximity alert. Eliminated.
Looks like Warlord's engaged offensive.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Stern shielding at half strength.
We lost the friendly.
Proximity alert.
Ally eliminated. Ally
Thanks,
eliminated.
ally.
Stand by for reintegration.
Origin
Screw the Van
works
Duel.
at your service. Core system
All allies
operational.
lost.
Contact. Scan initiated.
With friends like that, who needs Van Duel? Okay, we're getting up here to probably close to 15 minutes of video. You've seen basic joystick gameplay here. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video after I kill this guy. Alright, he's dead. 13-minute video plus my ranting at the beginning, so probably around 15-16 minutes. Basic joystick overplay, or gameplay overview. I didn't do anything fancy in this one, just basic play. So, thanks for watching, and I will be getting more of these videos out over the next few days.